Thank you for joining me today. What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Martin Steinbauer. I'm originally from Austria, from Vienna, but I live in the United States in New York City, where we run a vaporizer technology company focusing on sustainability and also youth access prevention technologies.
Is this your first time at GFN conference?
It is. Thank you very much for inviting me to join you on the sustainability panel.
And what are your thoughts?
It's a wonderful group of people from, I believe, 84 countries, I was told, from very diverse backgrounds and interests. So it's been nice to, exchange ideas both in the formal sessions, but then also afterwards.
What have been the most interesting sessions so far?
The most interesting sessions to me have been topics on medicinal licensing of ENDS products and also oral products. Since we are both a consumer and a medical hybrid product with excellent HPHC data and sort of a pharmaceutical background, we are very excited that more people are thinking about bringing ENDS not just on the market as a consumer product, but also as a medical product.
And what product are you involved with at the moment?
In terms of our company, we make nicotine vaporizers that have excellent HPHC and stability data, that have youth access restrictions with form of an NFC-enabled vaporizer, and that also focus on minimizing carbon emissions and focusing on an upcycling scheme for components such as batteries.
Hello, Konstantinos. It's nice to see you in Warsaw again.
Again.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about this year's GFN conference?
Well, I think it's a landmark conference after so many years. It's one of the first conferences focused on tobacco harm reduction, and it keeps on engaging into a debate that, unfortunately, the other side of the public health movement doesn't want to be engaged to. But still, I think that it is extremely important in order to solidify our views, our strategy, and our approach, because it's for the interest of public health. So I congratulate the organizers for this excellent meeting once again, all the speakers and the panelists for sharing their views and their vision for the future, because it's all about the future. Unfortunately, we have a long, tough battle in front of us, and that's why I think for the next 10 years, GFN is going to play, at least, GFN is going to play an important role in promoting harm reduction for smoking globally.
Of the panelists of that session, the Tobacco Control Playbook. What are your thoughts?
Well, unfortunately, as I said, we're having a tough battle because there is a lot of ideological predisposition and prejudice against harm reduction for smoking, while harm reduction as a global strategy for things that even affect our daily lives has been perfectly integrated in today's society, is accepted by governments and regulators, is supported by governments and public health authorities. There is a very strong and difficult to understand, in some cases, resistance against tobacco harm reduction, despite it involving more than 1 billion people worldwide. And we need to reverse that type of thinking. We need to reverse that type of ideology. We need to stick with reality, with the facts, being realistic that, unfortunately, after 60 years of knowledge about smoking, we still haven't eliminated smoking. And the best success stories globally, like, for example, Sweden, is coming from the implementation of tobacco harm reduction. That's how you will eliminate smoking. So we need to convince governments, regulators, and the public health community in total that tobacco harm reduction is part of the solution, not part of the problem.